in hopes that we did first.
And the ancestors are looking out for us. God Hayes is exposing them, man.
Okay, you see that chair right there? See how big it is?
Yeah.
Now look at the Pope chair under. Scroll down, look at the Pope chair under.
Never have it been made so clear.
Young TV. Young.
We running the game right now.
Young TV.
Time to take over.
Young
We the hottest in the game. Hit that like, hit that subscribe button. If you just not tuned in.
TV.
Share, like on your Instagram, Facebook.
Young TV.
If you tuned in, we broadcasting live from 2030, baby.
Young TV. Young
Taking over the game, baby. Oh yeah.
Young TV.
Hit that like.
Young TV.
Get them likes up in the air, you heard me?
Young TV.
Ride by. Hotel Islam.
Young TV.
Assalamu alaikum. Flown lesson.
Young
Peace.
TV.
Hit that like.
Young TV, man, get him in here. Can y'all hear me loud and clear? And celestial divination or divinity, the divine nation, right? That's what divinity really means, the divine nation. We are the divine nation. We are a reincarnation of people. Today, this truck, I mean, I'm finna take this truck and get rid of it. I'm telling you. This is my last money in this truck. I'm telling you, I'm gonna sell this mug, give me a new car. Hey, man. But cause it just did something crazy on the way riding, man. Just like I don't know, man. Somebody might be sabotaging my truck, man. I don't know, but I think it's time for a new whip anyway. But like I said, we're here to talk to you about solar divination, a divination, and like I say, we reincarnate, and we knew this for thousands of years before the Spanish Inquisition. See, the people that's telling us that the stuff that we were using to log births and to log reincarnations to find out when certain significant reincarnates come back, we've been doing this on the land for thousands of years. But then when they want to cut us off, they had to cut off all of our concepts. In order to cut us off, they had to cut all of our concepts off. And one of these concepts that we had was logging solar birth. Now, if you go talk to the average Christian, they'll tell you that's witchcraft. But then you can open the Bible up and find out that the three wise men used celestial divination to find out where the Messiah was being born. So the Essenes, we put a tape out about the Essenes, who pretty much spawned a lot of the esoteric side of religion, and like most of the secret society orders get their information from the esoteric order, from the Essenes, which is coming down through the ancient mystic order of Melchizedek. I got a damn hiccups right now. Somebody say, hold your breath. Need my bottle of water that I had. I can't find it. Yeah, but I don't know, man. Yeah, but it's like I say, they've been using this the beings who after us the beings who out to stop us, they've been using our information, this solar dividends information against us. They know when significant reincarnates are gonna be born, and they log their birth and they kill them. Just like what's the brother name? Tamir Rice. I don't know if y'all remember Tamir Rice, which was a little boy that had the toy gun at the park that they shot up, right? The police, they sent a Nigerian candidate to shoot this little boy up. Now that little boy was the return of Emmett Till. The people who sent a hit on him is the Black Hand. The Black Hand is the people who watching us. They know when they know Tupac was a reincarnation of Tupac from ancient time. You know, Tupac Shakur is an ancient. It's a bloodline of them. It's Tupac the first, Tupac the Shakur the second, Tupac the third. Tupac was the third reincarnation of this being, and they knew that. That's why they watched them. You people think y'all be a part of certain organizations for no reason, or be a part of certain movements for no reason? No, those are movements that's been going on for thousands of years to fight against the enemy on the land. And if you go back, it's a tape that's about to come out that's going to be the coldest tape ever in history. Man, this motherfucker just cut in front of me, man. That's what I'm talking about right there, bro. Then I got to look. You got to watch what you're doing, man. These people cannot fucking drive out here. Now, she almost got hit in the fucking ass. But like I say, these killer clowns who rock our crowns and know about the mounds, they do solar birth logging. And they know who all of y'all are, especially if you coming back as the person that they took out already. But see, this is the thing they didn't calculate. Or maybe they did, but they didn't give a damn about it. That once you take out that person, they send 7 doppelgangers back. So that person to come back in the next reincarnation in 7 different incarnations at the same time. That's why you might see certain people and you might say, man, I seen you down in another spot. Like I seen you, your voice, everything. Like I seen you in a whole nother state. You got a person that look like you, or a person that sound like you. They call them doppelgangers. What produces the doppelganger is the one in the 7 in the place of 1. If they do something that's disagreeable and take somebody out, that's a significant reincarnate, and they take them out illegitimately, they can reincarnate 7 times. So what the killer clowns do, and these guys that's part of these secret orders that know about this celestial birth chart, what they try to do is entice you to take out yourself. If you're a significant reincarnate, they create a lot of situations for you to get took out without them having to take you out. Because they know if they take you out, 7 people are gonna come back in your place. But if you just so happen to take yourself out, you only 1 come back. So their whole game plan is to make you commit pretty much suicide to yourself. And that's why they pick certain artists to come into the music industry. You got to think about being unfit to rule. When it's time for you to claim back your rulership, and if you're a man, and they call for your semen from another man, or another man's semen out of your behind, you unfit to rule. And they knew who Tupac was, right? And that's why we put out the Prince of Machiavelli tape. That's gonna tie into the Tupac tape we putting out today, because Tupac used Machiavelli's philosophies on claiming his princehood back, as far as the Incan people. Tupac is the emperor, a reincarnation of an emperor from the Incan people, or the Toucan people, right? These people are the Shakurs are direct descendants of that bloodline. That's why the Shakurs were being watched 24 hours a day. That's why Shakir's mother was being watched 24 hours a day. They know who Tupac was, and they know about the celestial logging by him being born in June. Check this out. Did you know that they assassinated the Tupac the First in September in the 1500s? They assassinated Tupac the First, and I want to say Tupac the Second in the month of September. Check that out. Coincidence? Tupac get killed in September. Coincidence? These people are ritualistic and they can't go outside of it. They gotta do everything in format and in sequence and in code. I'm telling you, man. And so if you want to know how they are, how they move, if you can figure out their pattern, you can stop them. Because all you gotta do is throw one thing off in their whole equation, and they messes their whole plans up. And that's really what been happening. Why the deep state had been able to get all their different shit off, because somebody there messing up parts of their plan. You see? And so the odds, all that. So what are they doing? They logging our births, right? They logging out the police. They logging our birth to know when we come back, so they can create mischief for us. That's why a lot of y'all are born into hardship. You born into hardship. Now, it's a good side to that and a bad side to that. The Najaru children are targeted. The American Negro is the most targeted people on the planet to keep down. Why? Why nobody never asking this? Why? Why are we the most targeted people on the whole damn face of the earth to be held back, to be stopped? And you gotta understand something too. When you go to the gym and you add resistance to your weights, what does that do? When you work out and you practice with extra weights, adding resistance, more resistance. They've been holding us with resistance for years. But what has this resistance did to us? It's made us stronger. We are the strongest people on the face of the earth right now. We are the strongest genetics, the strongest minds on the earth is the Nubian brothers in America. I'm telling you, man, we the end product of the Atom Project. Now man has become like us. He knows, right? He's a real nigga now. He's a know most. Those who claim to know the most, right? And so what we got to do is get back to our shit. Don't let them scare us off of our stuff. Because they try to mix this all these demonic witchcraft, black magic with our good magic that we was using against them to stray us away from it. We got to start back studying astrological birth charts because they help us log who is who. Like by me studying the astrological birth chart, I know that Hakeem is the reincarnation of my granddad. He act like him. He walk like him. He goofy like him. The whole nine. He looked just like him. Got the gap like him. He bow-legged like him. Like a lot of y'all, a lot of your like you miss your mama and some of your grandparents and all this, and your grandparents and your mama and them could be born right as your kids right now could be your mama, the spirit of your mama. And we're going through a bad area right now in the swamps. But keep in mind, we are reincarnation of people. They knew that. They know that, man. And that's why they want to keep us down. Just imagine if you can remember what your past life was like and use that to take an advantage of in this life. That's what they fear. We knew this at first before they cut us off and told us about religion. Religion was to cut us off from who we are. We are spiritual people, but we're not religious. We are spiritual people. We are a soul people. And that's why the solar chart, being that we're solar people and we're connected with the sun, that's why for us as Nubian people, the solar chart was important, right? The science of studying the celestial body. That's what the ancient mystic art of Melchizedek was all about. It's the zodiac, Zodok. Because we knew that all of y'all came here by way of stardust. And so all of you are from some galaxy as a light beam, different galaxies. And y'all came here. I need some water, man, because trying to hold my breath right now, I can't do it while I'm talking. But y'all are stardust. They came here when the planet was aligned with a certain position and certain constellations. And there's a lot of masters on the land that's good readers, like Shadow astrological charts, right? We're gonna be matter of fact, I'm gonna try to get in touch with Rising Phoenix and see if I can get her on the show to do bring her back to explain and do a more in-depth study on the science of dividends and studying your purpose. It could be your grandma, your grandpa came back as your kid. Usually it takes usually you stay into that. It's the maximum amount of time that you would have to stay in the middle realm before you can reincarnate is 7 years. After the 7 years is up, the being can come back. Now, in some cases, it happened faster than that. It depends on how they left. If they left abruptly, they come back abruptly. If they left in peace and with these, they come back in peace with these. And usually, people stay in that the not the limbo realm, but it's a realm called a gulf, where it's in between. It's a mental plane in between this plane, where they can stay there for 7 years, and then they would reincarnate into another body through they most likely through their same bloodline. But if they can't, if they really want to reincarnate and they didn't have if they daughters or immediate children didn't have no children, it'll be through their niece or their nephew or somebody else, right? Another bloodline. Some people don't even come back because they don't generate kids or generate these kids so they can come back. See, not having 7 years, you can come back. Some people stay over there for 150 years, which brings me to what hell really is. See, the first ideology and concept of hell really actually go back to ancient Kemet, and it really actually go back to Sumeria part 2 with the getting into Anu's abyss, which how Anubis became who he is of the underworld, right? Anu's abyss, which was a pit burning with certain types of hot stones, but then triggering down to the I'm talking about the mental side of hell, because technically nobody was meant to stay in hell forever. Hell was only to purge out the impurities. Like if you had a bar of gold and you put it on a little thing and you stuck the bar of gold into the fire, right, to burn off the impurities, right? Yeah, school is school, right? School, shoes, hell. That means hell, right? Jail is hell too, and jail is a school too, right? School of the hard knocks, right? You learn a lot in jail. I'm telling you, niggas learn a lot in jail, a lot. But you wait 7 years before you come back, and you, like say, usually reincarnate back into your same bloodline. Now, like I say, people go through hell. You can go through hell right now. So your kids can be giving you hell. You can have me like when I was riding on the interstate right now, then my truck almost my back wheels locked up. I don't know what the hell happened. And while I'm done with this truck. I'm done with this truck, man. My back wheels locked up, like my shit was gonna flip over. Then I got Hakeem in the truck. So now I'm riding a long way to get back to the house. But some people Some people stay into that realm over 150 years trying to burn out their desires that they had. Because you go to that realm to burn out the impurities. And then if you're not done with your schooling and your incarnation phase, you reincarnate back into a avatar, another avatar. And like I say, usually through your same bloodline. So people that don't have kids, you're not giving a chance for your people to be coming back. You got to have kids. What we say, be fruitful and multiply. We don't die, we multiply. And secret orders like the Essenes and the Shriners and the Masons, they know about these things. And that's why the Shriners that's why they looking for the kid. They looking for the birth of this savior type being, or this Messiah being to be born. And Tupac was on that list. Tupac was a significant reincarnate, and they knew it. That's why he was being watched. His family is the Incan family from Mexico, the Shakur, the Amaris, the rulers of that land, of Khalifa land. They knew that. These people, we in a battle with alchemists. We're not in battle with no regular shit people like you think. We in battle with high power alchemists who study the stars and watch when niggas born. All you Christians, go read your Bible again. Right? Read the birth of Jesus and the three wise. These guys monitor when we born, and they be there to poison us, to inject us with something that will cause us to have what they call it ADD and all these other shit that never existed until they started injecting motherfuckers with it. You see what I'm saying? That's why they inject us. That's why they keep us and feed us. They want us to eat certain types of foods. Like for the last couple of days, probably for like the last 3 days, I've been on a fruit diet. So I've been eating like fruit baskets, like smoothies, my peanut butter smoothie with the bananas. That joint fire. Matter of fact, give me one right now. The peanut butter smoothie with the. I've been eating my parlays with the fruit baskets, and been drinking a lot of water because we going into a time where we got to connect back with the sun, and that water and good vegetables and real live stuff that come out of the earth, not no damn meat. We ain't getting off meat, man. We recommend certain people eat meat, but if you can, you want to kill it yourself. If you're gonna eat meat, go out and kill your own shit yourself. Cause what you getting at the store no ain't meat. These niggas print meat. They print meat up. They growing meat in tanks and labs. I mean, yeah, they get our kids. Hey, Angel 444. They get our kids. They say, oh yeah, he might be such and such because they got all the records of us on file in Kansas. That's why they protect Kansas so much, and they got nuclear weapons guarding Kansas. They got nuclear weapons guarding Kansas because they got all of our records down. That's what Empress Verisi said. They got all of our records down there, and so they know what families are what families. And not only to mention that, they target certain families to take their rulership. Let me explain. All right, so they know that Slim and Birdman them are Williams, and the descendants of Jesus. The bloodline of Jesus is the Williams, right? That's one of them. One of the bloodlines of William. Jesus is the Williams that the Knights of Templar were protecting, right? That Dr. Malachi Z. York come from. His mother's name is Mary C. York. Mary C. Williams, and she married to York. That's what I was trying to tell everybody. Doc is really a Williams. He's not really a York. He'll be adopted York by David York, right? So Doc is really a Williams straight from the bloodline of Jesus, right? Of Yeshua, right? Now get this. My mother's name on my birth certificate, which I already showed everybody, her name is Stephanie Diane Inanna Williams. I can show everybody this shit when I get home. My mother's name is Stephanie Inanna Williams. A lot of this shit might go over your head. I can show you my birth certificate. I already showed it. Now, that don't really it means something to me because it means something to me, but I'm not saying that to make we like we supreme and because it's other families that tie into that, like the Millers, the Yorks, the Tates. The Tates are part of that bloodline of Jesus. If y'all got the last name Tate, you got the last name York, because the Yorks married into the Williams, and the Washingtons married into the Williams, and the Millers. Who else? Yeah, Joshua, not Jesus. Look, we like the name Jesus, and we utilize that because we as alchemists we made that name a positive name. But the name, he's not all this shit they gave to the character is not that. His name is Yahshua, and the boy was a prophet. The boy was a prophet. You hear me? Just like he was somebody like Noble Drew Ali during his time. He was somebody like Martin Luther King or Malcolm X during his time. And he got made into a martyr, like they made Martin Luther King into a martyr and put a screen after him after every city. Martin Luther King is almost a religion. Martin Luther King got his own holiday. Jesus got a birthday. They say the Jesus birthday is on December 25th, right? Martin Luther King got his own day. Martin Luther King is almost a religion. MLK Day, right? So what I'm saying is, I'm talking about Yahshua the prophet. And they put out, during Constantine them and not the Nicene Council, when we got a tape coming out on that, put all their stuff together, right? What they started doing is, listen now, is to add in some of their beliefs, the Greek belief system, to the prophet Yahshua, right? Yeah, Yahshua existed. Yahshua, I'm talking about the real being, not no he walking on water. They stole the walking on water part. They added that in 325 from the ancient Egyptian teachings of the sun, the whole coming over the horizon, and it's coming over the Nile River. So they added that part. Oh, Jesus walk on water. So it gave you some nigga just walking on water. No, that ain't what it is. That Jesus, Yahshua didn't do that. Joshua did heal people like Dr. Sabi though, right? He knew about herbs. It wasn't be healed in the name of God. No, he didn't do that. He didn't just walk up to like these Reverend Poe Chop and Reverend Hot Sauce doing and say, be healed in the name of God. No, Jesus knew about herbs. Yeshua knew about herbs, right? In the garden. Yeshua really was a gardener. That was another one of his attributes. He was a gardener. And he was an herbalist, like Dr. Sabi. Right? So he knew how to heal. But for the people that didn't know how to do it, if you go on, when Dr. Sabi cured AIDS, wasn't that a miracle? Because they said that nobody could do it. Nobody could cure AIDS, but Dr. Sabi did it. Dr. Sabi cured a lot of diseases that they said that's not curable. Now, ain't that a miracle? Wouldn't that be a miracle? It's a lot of beings. What's that dude named Awaki? Whatever his name, Awaki Awaken or whatever. He's curing a lot of stuff. He's coming out with a lot of. It's a lot of herbalist guys on land that know how to heal a lot of stuff now that would have been considered a miracle before them. Yeah, that's why they got rid of Dr. Say, right? Same reason they were trying to take out Jesus. See, Jesus was messing with Yahshua. I gotta say Yahshua. Yahshua was messing with their money. Just like Dr. Sabi was messing with their money. See, when Yahshua was healing people using natural herbs, they had to go to people like Luke. Luke was a physician. That's what made Luke start studying Yahshua, because Luke was a physician and he went by the make believe doctrine that they had already had on medicine of using chemical based elements. Right? Instead of going with the original Imhotep thing, which they stole everything from. Right? Because Jesus learned all this Jesus learned all this in Egypt. Oh, that's Dr. Oh, Yaki is a Dr. Sabi's son. Yaki is Dr. Sabi's son. I know that. I don't really listen to him like that, but I mean, like I just see him a lot in my feed. I don't really got technically truly time to listen to nobody because I got so many tapes to put out myself. I got over 200 tapes lined up right now, and I'm the guy to knock off this list, and that's just off the AI, and that's off my notes. Not even counting the tapes I got to put out of me doing reviews of all of my notes. Damn, I didn't. Oh, he says it's not his son. I figured it because I ain't never heard this. It's my first time hearing that is his son. Maybe he a student of Dr. Sabi, but I ain't never heard that was his son. What else I was gonna tell y'all? Yeah, so here's the thing. Yahshua knew how to use needle and thread and sew a man's ear back on. They doing that in the medical field today. They sewing people's limbs back on. One lady cut her old man's thing off and put it in the freezer. Good thing she put it in the freezer because they was able to sew it back on. Get him back hooked up, lined out. Okay, yeah, I didn't know that he's not his son. Somebody said that in the comments, and I was just said I didn't know that, right? But Yahshua turned water into wine. That's not no oh God. See, they trying to separate us from science. They trying to separate science from religion, and really they took what was science and turned it into religion and made it. Oh, you can't do it because you ain't God. You can't go and walk on water because you ain't no Jesus. It's that type of ideology to hold us back. And like I say, a lot of that stuff that they're attributing to Yahshua that he never did. He did raise people from the dead, though. They doing that in the hospital all the time. They call it CPR in one format, or they rub them things together and hit your chest and give you an electric shock. Well, it's certain masters on the land that know how to hit you at certain pressure points to create your heart, to make your heart create a pulse to re-spark your heart off. It's certain Bruce Lee knew how to do it. It's a whole bunch of monks, silo monks, that know how to hold their breath for long periods of time, but they also know how to hit certain pressure points on the body to make this that heart jump back off, just like CPR or like a heart shock, right? And then so it says, check out Victor Ballman. Yeah, I know about Vic. I know about Vic. That's he was doing shows on the brothers. He was doing did a show with the brother 5D Beyond. The show I was on, right? But like I say, don't get Yahshua, the prophet, the real man, the real being who had children, who had a wife, who was a part of a secret society, right? Called the Essenes, which he got kicked, which he got actually, they never did really kick him all the way out. They just, because they protected him, but they did exile him because he was Yahshua was too opinionated from what Doc said. And what that mean is he wanted a lot of stuff that they was doing, he didn't agree with. He thought that some of the form stuff that he had learned on his time, being who he was and how brilliant that he was of his time, and the type of esoteric thinking that he had and the type of IQ that he had, some of the things that they were doing in the order, he wanted to upgrade them or make them better. And the old heads didn't like that, so they kind of like shun Yahshua off, but they still protected him. And this same group spun the Masons and the Knights of Templar, because they all come down from the ancient mystic order of Melchizedek. And they all come down from the lot of esoteric information that Tahuti laid down. And then, like I say, a part of that information was the celestial divination, the celestial divine nation. We are the celestial divine nation. Wouldn't you agree? So start looking at your children and start thinking that, hey, well, is this my grandma? Is my daughter my return of my grandma or my mama who passed away 7-8 years ago? Because she sure do act like her, look like her. I mean, got the same type of mannerism. It's not no coincidence, y'all. Listen to what I'm telling you. It's not no coincidence that your children act like your parent, like somebody that you know, and your ancestor, because they are that person. And I'm gonna tell you, we used to have a thing, people on the land that was specifically over this thing, right? And we're trying to get that back going, right? Shout out Rising Phoenix, right? On the land. She one of our celestial readers, right? And we got a few more sisters out there. We're gonna try to get them sisters on to come break down and do a show. Matter of fact, I might get in touch with Rising Phoenix probably tomorrow and try to get her on either sometime next week. I still got to get Bodie on because Bodie gonna go along with the tapes that I'm putting out this week on the real storyline of Jesus, or Yahshua. Yahshua knew, like I say, Yahshua was a reincarnate. John the Baptist was a significant reincarnate, right? And like I say, these people know that, but they'll tell us, oh, ain't no such thing. But then they'll tell you, oh, well, Jesus, the three wise men followed the star. They logged the birth of Jesus and followed the star to find out what time he was gonna be born. And you know, that's the Holy Ghost. See, that's different. See, that's different from you going and telling somebody, you know, about their birth chart. That's different. No, stop being hypocrites. You did it for Yahshua. Why can't we do it? Right? So I'm gonna tell you who wrote this chart up. The person that started the chart, the person that started the Zodiac chart is Enki and Murdoch. Enki and Murdoch went to the dark side of the moon and spent a whole a whole year, 365-day cycle of the Earth time logging the charts. That's how. Then they came back. When they came back, this created your Dendorian calendar and your Mayan calendar, which is the same calendar. That calendar was created by Murdoch and Enki. That's how Murdoch became Murdoch Zodiac priest. The Zodiac priesthood is dealing around the celestial chart. That's how the Assyrians tie in. That's what this whole thing is about, logging the birth of reincarnations and then reincarnates and watching them and monitor them. The bad group watching them and monitor them, hoping to kill them or get them to kill themselves or poison them or get them, get them off the adjustment bureau. And then it's another good side who are watching them, but it's certain rules because they the good beings. They can't interfere with certain rules. So they got to let you find little clues along the way of who you are. See, a lot of y'all are on a journey to finding out really who you are. You are somebody from the past. And it's little clues along the way to start little signs, to start waking you up to this. But what they did is to make us start to not even pay attention to the signs no more. We don't even pay attention to the signs no more. Because we're not thinking we somebody from the past. That's the problem. We're not thinking we somebody from the past, and that's why we're not looking for the signs of who are you? What is your mission? And your name play a significant part in who you are in the last life. Your name in this life play a significant part to who you was in the last life. So Enki was bad, disagreeable. No. Enki, it depends on your perspective. Now, Enki was bad to Enlil. It's like this. Enlil was put in charge. Eventually, Enlil was put in charge of the gold operation by Anu. So whoever Anu put in charge was in charge. And if Enlil said something, it was just like Anu said it because Enlil put him in charge. So when Enlil's jealousy, he didn't like his brother, so he was always doing stuff to do stuff to his brother. And then when Enki would go against that, he become disagreeable to what the orders, right? The order. And Murdoch kind of like he kind of like Sean did a little bit because Murdoch was the one that followed orders. No, if it came down from Anu, that's it. That's all it was. Ain't nothing else you got to tell him. If Anu said it, that's what it is. With Mikael, right? But Enki really was the good one. Enki was the one that saved the humans. Enki was the one that told the Israelites how to survive when they were starving for the 7 years of starvation. Enki was the one that saved the humans from Noah. He was the one that gave Noah the plans to build a submarine. Enlil is the one that's the jealous God. Enlil and Murdoch could be jealous too, though. You know what I'm saying? Murdoch could be a jealous God too, because Murdoch got cold at one point during the time of the phase of Aries when he ruled. He ruled with an iron fist. Murdoch ain't got no play no games. Murdoch don't play no kind of games. I'm telling you. When he in a war mode, anybody gets it. If you in the way, you getting got. Anu is Satan, man, you crazy. Satan is Hala and Tanush. And Satan really is a title. Satan is not the highest. Anu means the highest being. So you saying that Satan is the highest being? Do you worship Satan? You saying that if your concept, it says if y'all ain't connected yet. What he's saying is Anu is Satan. Anu is a title, right? It means most high. That being that got that title name now is Raziel. His name is Raziel, the leader of the Anunnakis, the Riskians. Really, because Anunnakis can be used loosely. It's like 4 or 5 different species that can be classified as Anunnakis. Oh shit, I gotta turn around. I'm supposed to go this way. All right, we're gonna go home. I'm supposed to go the other way. Yeah, so what was I at? So like I say, start studying these astrological charts and start finding out when some of your children, like I say, could be your return of your grandparents, and you could be sleeping on that, and you could nurture some of their past to help them get, like really, we supposed to be having that by logging that birth chart and remembering the reincarnations. That's supposed to give us an advantage in the next life. But by them cutting us off and telling us, oh no, you can't do that, that's witchcraft, that's satanic worship and all that. By them doing that, that's why we behind. That's why we suffering right now in a way. We suffering in a way as far as getting ahead in this life because we don't remember who we are. And some of them kids come out looking just like their ancestors. I mean, identical. Plot a picture of them plot a picture of your granddaddy when he was a little boy, put it next to your son, man, that's him right there all over again. He ain't miss. He says the original people are black. What do you mean? Hey, be careful. Hey, Judah, be careful with that black term, because that black term is a term that they use to label us to steal our inheritance. So be careful with the black. We like black. We like black ass, black crack, black this, black and that. Because black is the most powerful color in the universe. Black is all colors. But listen to what I'm saying. When applied to a people in context, if you look up the word black, it's not a noun. It doesn't apply to a people. It's an adjective. Look up the word Chinese and see if it's a noun. Black is not a noun. It's an adjective. So it don't apply to, you can't say black people. That's an oxymoron. Almost. It's almost an oxymoron. But we understand the concept, right? I just want to keep that. I just want to note that for future reference, because we're going into a time where we can't use no more that certain terms no more to get out of it. We got to get out of this paradigm by not using certain terms that they use to lock us in this paradigm, because we're dealing with zodiac alchemists who trying to lock us in this paradigm. So the words like black, insofar as referring to a people, that lady riding all over the damn place with that thing. I just see that lady about 40 miles out. And yeah, so like certain words like black, hello, the word like hello, hell is low. That was never a term that we used. They say hola in hola in Spanish. We said in our order, in the esoteric orders, and the Essenes, and even as the even as the Hebrews, as Muslims, right? We say shalom alaikum, assalamu alaikum, assalamu alaikum, right? Peace be unto you. That was our ingredients. But they lock us into this hell is low. Or good morning. What is good about mourning? Mourning is a thing that people do at funerals. You mourn at a funeral. What is good about mourning? So to say good morning is an oxymoron. Yeah, what's good about mourning? We should say top of the hour, top of the day, top of the day to you. My brother, shout out my brother Apariel, man. Apariel used to say that a lot. Top of the hour, man. Top of no, they we don't call. There's really no such thing. We don't call night. We call night in our community the shadow hour. Night is the shadow hour because the light never stops shining. The sun never stops shining, right? The sun is the planet is just rotating to create the what you call a shadow hour, and it's not technically completely dark, all the way pitch black dark at night. It's just the way they got it set up. So we call night the shadow hour. Yeah, right. Word, hey, yeah, that's right. Sword and word is the same thing because they synonymous. Because words can cut your behind like a sword, like a two-headed sword, right? So I really just mainly came to you to tell you, start paying attention to the celestial charts and these children that's being born, especially in this time, because it's about to be some powerful children that fought in the war against these beliefs. And these a lot of these children are the angels of Michael that's about to come back and fight and end this for once and for all. You hear what I'm telling you? It's better be some angels, children that finna come here and fight, and they ain't taking no shit. And they ain't buying nothing they selling. These kids ain't buying shit they selling. Try to, hey, some of this stuff, some of them kids, some of these kids, they try to tell them, lie to them or tell them something, they call you a lie right to your face and break it down for you. Nah, it can't be true what you saying, because this and that and that and this and that. That's how these kids is now, man. These kids, they always coming at you with an angle. Right? They always coming at you in an angle. And they say everything is fine, square on the square. Right? But we about to get ready to round, we move on the circle. And we about to get ready to round those corners off. You know what I'm saying? We round up, we round off and round up, nigga. Or round in and round up. You know what I'm saying? Revelations 4:4. We sit around the throne. They told y'all, Bible said we was gonna come down and teach the people. Who else is doing it? You need to go check out that if you in the chief school, my Chiefs on the Land, you need to go listen to that Prince of Machiavelli tape I just put out yesterday. That's very important to understand that ideology, because that's some of the ideology they're using against us, and it's some of the ideology. And I heard that they stole that. Some of the people in the chat is telling me that they stole that from an African brother. That Machiavelli stole those concepts from an African brother. If somebody could drop the name of the tribe in the chat, that'd be good too. Or the brother, because somebody dropped it in the comments a minute ago. They said that the Prince Machiavelli stole that ideology from an African prince, right? On how a prince should rule, how a prince should be, how he should act, and how he should be to keep his rulership. And Tupac in jail studied that tape, right? Tupac read that book and used that to try to get his throne back, because he was an Akan empress from back in the day that reincarnated due to the celestial divinity, divine nation. We are a celestial divine nation. So we come back, we reincarnate. And when we come, and some kind of way along the lines, we don't remember no more. And it's not because of some extraterrestrial environment. It's due to, well, it is an extraterrestrial environment, but it's due to us forgetting. We forgot something. We forgot about this. They say that don't deal with this. Don't study this information. We forgot our real true history, our real true identity on who we are, and that's why we lost in the South in some form and fashion, and not remembering that celestial birth chart. If they log the birth of Jesus, how important is it? If Christians, if these killer clowns who Harris log the birth of Yahshua and a whole bunch of other people, how important is it to for somebody logging somebody's birth if they log the Messiah's birth? How important is that? You tell me, Christians. How important is logging somebody's birth if they log Jesus' birth? And Malcolm X, Tupac, and the rest of them, Doc, and the rest of them, so they can watch them like a hawk and try to if they can't get them to turn their root chakra inside out, so they'll be unfit to rule. That's why they sunk Quincy Jones at Tupac, so he can pop him up his butt and turn him inside out, so he'll be unfit to rule. See, they can't. That's the first thing they come at you with, to get you to do abomination, so they can get you unfit to rule. If they can't do that, if they can't get you to sell your soul and bow down to them, then they kill you or lock you in prison forever in an underground cell. Because they know who we are. Go put up a thing called FBI Black Death, the monitor of a rise of a black Nubian Messiah. Right? I said about that word black, right? The rise of a Nubian Messiah. Go pull that up. These people use magic and all the stuff that we was using on them to stop them from beating us. They told us to stop it, and then they started using it on us. How you think they beat them? And how you think the people beat them in Hades? How did the Haitians beat the French? They used our original alchemy, but then it became voodoo and witchcraft, and they under the church Spanish Inquisition. You can't do that no more because we'll burn you at the stake. You a witchcraft, and they use Baal. They use Baal worshippers to infiltrate everybody's organization so that they can label them as a bad, what they call stereotype them. So it's one bad, Lucifer, one of Yakub's tricks was to one bad apple spoils the whole bunch. So if he can, so they use infiltration. This is a part of the COINTELPRO operations, infiltration. So they infiltrate you, commit crimes, become that bad apple in the bunch that spoils the whole bunch. This is part of the game. You hear what I'm saying? So we got to be extra careful on these things as we going forward. Start paying attention to these young kids that's being born. At least 75 to 80% of them, because ain't no weak genetics getting born. Ain't no weak genetics coming back to Earth no more. The upgrade is already happening. Right? The upgrade has already happened. The DNA upgrade is already happening. So any kid that being born at this time is coming back with the upgraded DNA. It's like, imagine if you was driving old 79 Cutlass, and then now you pull up, and now you driving a Lamborghini. I heard Rod breaking this down on one of the tapes. The DNA is faster. Kids are gonna move faster. They're gonna think faster. They're gonna be smaller, with smaller shoes, smaller body structures, and they're gonna be real intelligent, way more intelligent. They get more spiritual and less physical, because man has becoming a living soul. We're becoming more of a living soul again, and that was part of the whole plan. And to come here, the school of becoming a living soul. We're here to learn to become a living soul. And so, like I said, nurture these kids and spend more time with the kids now that's being born now, to nurture their talent. And make sure when you give them a name, don't give them no bullshit name. A name is important. Make sure you study the astrological charts on their birthday and give them that name. Sometimes names come to you before they born because certain angelical beings come to you in their mind and say, name them this. And it's a reason for that. But make sure you give a guy a good name. Like, guy got a name like Snake. His real name is Snake. Come on, man. His real name is Snake. You know, Bobo. His real name Bobo. Now we had over here we had spiritual attribute names. Like my name over here, my spiritual attribute name is Black Hawk. Right, Black Hawk. And then they also call me. My name is Quantwillion, and then so you see the back of it is L's Lion. L's Lion. Quan means king. Eliun, you already know what Eliun, that's the galaxy on high. And then you see L's Ellin, L's Lion. That's significant. A lot of that shit might go over your head. But like I say, get back to studying the science of celestial dividends. It's got to be important. It's in the Bible. It's in a whole bunch of secret societies is involved with this. But they don't want us to deal with it. Why? What can we gotta understand what will help us knowing who you are astrological, why that will help you significant in this life so that you won't waste time doing something that you don't got no business doing. You got a certain mission. So if you come here not knowing who you are celestially, you can do a lot of shit that will waste time, that probably not even be beneficiary for your mission. So, but once you know you got your name and you know your divinity, you would know, this my mission is to do this, and you will start doing more things stimulated towards to stimulate that mission. Right? Joshua had a mission. John the Baptist had a mission. Johanna had a mission. Right? People got missions. Tupac had a mission. Doc had a mission. Martin Luther King had a mission. Malcolm X had a mission. Noble Drew Ali had a mission. They were significant beings. And don't be surprised if Martin Luther King is back now walking around. Don't be surprised if a beings that got took out is back right now walking around. And then you're gonna know it when you hear him speak. You're gonna say, well, he speaks in a certain way that way he sound like Martin. And that is Martin, nigga. Or he sound like Malcolm. That is Malcolm. Or he sound like Doc. That is Doc. I know Doc's still living now. Doc talked to all of us though. You can hear Doc and a lot of his students. You can hear Doc and a lot of his students at some points. Because Doc come to us and talk when he need to. Right? But we just wanted to bring that to you, man. Study, but and like I say, I don't know everything about it. And like I say, I'm gonna do more research and get more into it. I just know based on I learned from Rising Phoenix, just studying the Bible and other esoteric information. I ain't no expert on reading the chart. I do know a lot about the zodiac, different zodiacs and the characteristics of the zodiacs. I pretty much mastered the characteristics of the zodiac. I can tell if I can look at somebody and tell how they act, I say, oh well, he's an Aquarius, or she's a Gemini, or this or that, right? So I'm pretty good at that. And I might come back on and do a zodiac class tonight, just talking about different signs and how to react to different signs. And like I say, I want to get into Rising Phoenix. If you hear this, inbox me on I think I got Rising Phoenix number, but inbox me on Instagram because I want to get you on the show so we can talk about this this birth chart and how important it is to know about logging our births. Right? We almost there right now, Hakeem. And so on that note, man, what else y'all got? Pay attention to the kids, because they at the school they can look at certain demons who be on these people. They can look into that kid's eyes and tell that kid a reincarnate and they'll target their kid. Start giving them harder tests. But now that's a good thing and a bad thing. But just think about that. You are targeted because these certain spirits that know who you are, and the spirit that spirit that's on that person that uses that person to try to accommodate you and harm you. A lot of them people be unaware that that spirit is on them to take you down. A lot of people be unaware of it. You got to keep in mind all this stuff plays a part in who we are and us getting back to who we are and remembering that we are a divine nation of people, a celestial divine nation of people. This is crazy, man. We made it back though. And they go a long way. Hey, but yeah, they try to watch you. Hey, as a kid, they want to give you ADD, Ritalin. They find significant reincarnation. They want to make you go crazy, make you go insane before you can, so you won't be able to do your mission. That's what Ritalin and all these other things are about. They give it to Nubian children who are significant, who are warriors, who are warriors that they took out from the past, like Tupac. Tupac fought against the Spaniards. The Spanish when they came down to Mexico in one of his incarnations, and they killed him. Guess when they killed him? September. They killed Tupac, the original Tupac, in Mexico in September. And you think that ain't a ritual? When they come back and kill this Tupac in the same month? You think that ain't no ritual? Man, I'm telling you, we dealing with high power alchemists. The killer clowns are high power alchemists. Well, at least they think they high power. We ain't dealing with no regular guys that's religious guys. They ain't religious guys. They are alchemists. They don't even believe in religion and dogma. They know the difference. I know we about to get up out of here, man. We love you all. We'll be back later on. Try to get Rod on too. Wadu, peace.